All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and great glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and salutations to the elect pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth in truth and in sincerity. All right, in this particular video, I want to touch on where Xi Jinping just came out and said. Now, I'm going to play the video, so we're going to watch it together, but he threatened the United States and Taiwan. If you don't know that China is planning on invading Taiwan, and Taiwan is an ally of America. So if China invades Taiwan, America has to come to Taiwan's aid. Now, China knows this, so China is threatening to cyber attack America simultaneously while they're attacking Taiwan to cripple the U.S. response so they can't help Taiwan, and to send America in chaos here. Now, the FBI director has been coming out for about a year now, sounding the alarm, telling Congress that China has been gaining access to U.S. critical infrastructure systems for about 5 years now. And the reason that China is doing this because they're planning on doing one big cyber attack to America to cripple the electrical grid, communications, banking, medicine, water treatment facility, so forth and so on. Everything. They want to send America in pure chaos, right? And they've been trying to sound the alarm, telling Congress for about a year now. And now you have China, the president of China, Xi Jinping, which he's a dictator, come out and give a threat to Taiwan and the United States, because they said no one can stop us. And this is directed to the United States, because if they attack Taiwan, then, America will come in there to their defense. So they're saying no one can stop us. You see? And this reminds me of the precept, 1 Thessalonians 5:3. I can't grab it right now, I'm driving. But when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction shall come upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape it. Because you got the people saying peace and safety right now, but sudden destruction is going to come. Can you imagine that? All of a sudden, a massive cyber attack hits the United States. The electrical grids is failing. Water treatment facilities are shut down. People are not coming in with trucks anymore because communications, transportation, all of these things has been shut down. And this is not for 2 weeks. You talk about 3, 4 weeks, 2 months, 3 months. Can you imagine how bad it will get out here? Shit, that'd be like the beginning of Jacob's trouble right there, man. The famine has set in. All sorts of things that happen, man. And what precepts that come to mind is Isaiah 13. House is going to be getting spoiled. Wives are going to be getting ravished. Things like this will go down, man. If a massive cyber attack was to happen, and critical infrastructures here in America was to just be, shut down for months, oh man, all hell will break loose, man. And this could be the thing that they need to push that MOTB, Not saying that this is, that's going to happen just like that, but, just talking about one of the avenues that Esau can take, But no further ado, let's play some of this.
Made the decision that he's prepared to attack the United States.
Today is December 31st, 2024, and we are hearing that Xi Jinping has decided to end the year by delivering a New Year's Eve war warning. I'm going to get you caught up on the latest coming out. Happy New Year's. We're hearing that there are threats of potential war that are on the horizon coming out as we are ending 2024 with war threats. Take a look. No one can stop us. China's Xi Jinping ends 2024 with a threat to Taiwan, and I'm going to be sharing with you, we've heard that these threats to Taiwan are directly going to be affecting the United States. Now, no one can stop me. Xi's chilling New Year's Eve threat as he warns China's unification with Taiwan, it is going to be inevitable. Now, in addition to that, the Chinese leader also addressed...
So now, we know it's going to be inevitable. That's what he's saying. So he's basically saying that they're going to invade Taiwan. And the plans already came out that they're going to cyber attack America. The FBI has been given this warning. Let that sink in. 100 times worse than an AT&T attack. Electrical grids, communications, transportations, medicine, banking, so forth and so on. Think about that. Man, all hell will break loose, man.
President Vladimir Putin, in his New Year's Eve message, Xi says no one can stop China's reunification with Taiwan. We are hearing that this is going to be equating to war here very soon. No one can sever our blood ties. China's President Xi Jinping on Taiwan's unification during his New Year's speech. We are hearing this has just unfolded today. I'm going to be getting you caught up on the latest. And as I mentioned, we are hearing that conflict with Taiwan and China in the Pacific, this is directly going to be impacting the United States. So it is December 31st, 2024. We're hearing President Xi Jinping of China has come out and he has issued a war threat coming on China and Taiwan's unification. And we are hearing that China has been planning this for quite some time. This is directly going to be impacting the United States. As take a look at these headlines with me that have come out just recently. China hackers breach the U.S. Treasury network, gain access to some of our files. Now, I just shared...
Now, this just was confirmed yesterday, but this happened December 8th. That China hacked the U.S. Treasury. Do you see that? As a matter of fact, China also hacked not just the U.S. Treasury, but the CISA. What is the CISA? They're the group that's supposed to stop America from being cyber attacked. They got cyber attacked. So bad that they had to shut down one of their systems, man. That's like something wrong with your computer at the house and you just unplug that mug. Yeah, CISA had to do that. It came out, they said, was there anything that you can do about these people hacking the United States? They said, well, there's 50 of them compared to one of ours. So in a nutshell, they said, no. If they are going to do a cyber attack, it's going to be 100% successful. And this is why the FBI has been sounding the alarm on this. Let this information sink in. Come on now.
This with you just in the past 48 hours. This was announced that in this month, December 2024, there was a breach of our U.S. Treasury. They were able to access files and they were able to get a hold of information. Now they're saying that they weren't able to get a hold of anything classified. They didn't take any money, but they are saying that we are under massive threats of cyber attack. And in fact, we're hearing that the U.S. now adds its 9th telecom to the list of companies that have been hacked by Chinese-backed Salt Typhoon cyber espionage. And we are hearing that this is relentless, that they are infiltrating U.S. critical infrastructures. And take a look at this. It's because Chinese hackers, they are preparing for conflict with the United States. Cyber officials say, we've been hearing the warnings, that when China declares war against Taiwan, prepare for critical infrastructure systems in the United States to begin collapsing, as we have heard that there are armies, cyber armies by China that have been hacking U.S. critical infrastructure systems for the past 5 years in anticipation for war with Taiwan, knowing that when they announce war with Taiwan, the U.S., which is allies with Taiwan, will come to their aid. China anticipating when we start war with Taiwan, then we will also attack the critical infrastructure systems of the United States to cripple them from coming to the aid of Taiwan. China, very strategic here, and we are hearing that our U.S. cyber defenses are outnumbered 50 to 1. For every one cyber defender that we have with the CISA, well, they have 50 Chinese cyber hackers that are infiltrating our critical U.S. infrastructure systems. These include our water systems we have heard have been hacked, our electrical grids, our ports, our telecommunication systems, various social media platforms. We are hearing across the board our medical systems, and that they are planning that when there is an attack, if they feel necessary, when China attacks Taiwan, that they could just have all of their cyber attackers that have already hacked these critical infrastructure systems, many of which we might not even know about. They could just initiate all of the attacks at once and have an across-the-board attack, infiltrate all systems and hit us all at once, causing chaos across the United States, wreaking havoc on the people of the U.S. Now, in addition to that, I've been...
Salakia, I had to cut the feed. So Salakia for that. But we're going to pick back up where we left off. Here we go.
That have already hacked these critical infrastructure systems, many of which we might not even know about. They could just initiate all of the attacks at once and have an across-the-board attack, infiltrate all systems and hit us all at once, causing chaos across the United States, wreaking havoc on the people of the U.S. Now, in addition to that, I've been sharing with you the warnings that have been coming out on this just recently. We have heard from expert Gordon Chang, who has been warning China wants to go to war and wants to end the lives of U.S. American citizens. And he has been warning us that there is going to be an attack on U.S. soil, and it's going to be unlike anything that we have ever seen before. And he said right now the leadership of the United States needs to have a real conversation with its...
Listen to what he's saying. Gordon Chang saying the leadership of the United States need to have a real conversation with the citizens on about how bad things would get if this cyber attack actually went down.
Citizens about being prepared, because he said right now, if we were attacked, we are not ready. The U.S. is not ready. And he's saying that they need to be aware of the fact that if there are critical infrastructure systems that go down, people are going to be on their own.
You see, if this cyber attack happens, he's warning that the citizens of America is going to be on their own because there's going to be no programs or other systems in place that can mitigate the effects of the cyber attack. So what we looking at? Famine, riots. We're talking about the domestic violence, the crime rate, period, going up. Just think about this. Let this sink in. Listen to the warnings, man. Now he's going to play the video too. I'm going to try not to stop it so much.
Government is not going to be able to be here to help you. We do not have the systems in place. Now, in Norway, Sweden, Finland, we're hearing with the conflicts that are taking place, they're actually handing out pamphlets to their citizens, wanting them to be ready for a week's worth of not being able to access food, water, any support from the government. We are also hearing that in Russia right now, they are putting out nuclear fallout shelters, mobile ones around the nation to have people ready to go into that can support about 54 people for a total of 48 hours should there be some sort of nuclear fallout. Here in the United States, we're hearing that there really isn't much of anything that is said. And that is why expert Gordon Chang is coming out and saying it is time to tell the American people, it's time to have a real talk and let them know that we are on the threat of potential war right now and something needs to be done. Now, currently, we have President-elect Donald Trump who is saying he wants to get an Iron Dome, protect us from missile attacks. He's also saying we need to control the Panama Canal. Specifically, this sends a message to China. He said this is a strategic choke point that we need to have control of. And he wants to acquire Greenland, which he is saying is also a strategic location in the Arctic, should we see attacks come from the north across the northern pole.
But this is why they're saying that China wants to attack Taiwan before January 20th. Yeah, that news is out. So this will be like, what, 20 days from now? Within 20 days. Because the inauguration is January 20th. All right. That's when Donald Trump will be sworn into the office. So, hey, he's saying that he wants to do this before, well, news came out saying that China wants to attack Taiwan before January 20th. Let this sink in once again.
From Russia and China. So we're hearing that at this time, Donald Trump is saying he is trying to make strategic moves to protect us from potential war if there was to be a conflict that broke out that specifically went and attacked the United States. Now, in addition to that, not just China, but we've been hearing other adversaries as well have been warning about potential threats to the United States directly. Take a look at this. If you missed it, North Korea, I shared with you just a couple of days ago. North Korea's Kim Jong-un, he has now vowed the toughest anti-U.S. policies before Trump takes office. Now, a lot of people surprised by this because we had heard...
Well, this is Joel. As a matter of fact, let me grab it. Joel, I believe it's 3 and 10. Yeah, that's right. Start at 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And right now, we're seeing the weak saying that they are strong. North Korea used to be weak, But now he's saying he's strong. Why? Because he has nuclear capabilities now. There's headlines out that's giving warning about North Korea's growing nuclear arsenal. And they just did a test to where they shot a missile up, one of the biggest ballistic missiles in history, the biggest ballistic missile in history, and it stayed in the air for 80 something minutes. And they said that they now have the capability to hit the U.S. anywhere. You see? So this is why he's saying that. This is why the weak is saying he is strong, because he has nuclear capability. And also Iran. All right? They're trying to become a nuclear power as well. All right? So that's what that reminded me of.
Surprised by this because we had heard before that there was a bit of a bromance between Kim Jong-un and Donald Trump. Donald Trump being the first ever U.S. president to go and actually visit North Korea, to be there on the soil and to have sort of a connection with the leadership there. However, we're hearing that that has totally fallen apart, and now a very different approach is being taken by Kim Jong-un, who is no longer having the bromance with Donald Trump anymore. We're hearing they're saying they're going to change their policies to anti-America, and a lot of people speculating that is because of the growing connection between Kim Jong-un and Russian President Vladimir Putin. Take a look at this as well. Now, this was about a month ago. Putin had issued a warning to the United States by changing its nuclear doctrine, literally addressing the situation with Ukraine, as the United States, President Joe Biden, providing additional long-range missiles to Ukraine, then giving permission for them to use it. And
I believe Putin also has something called the dead hand, which means if something happens to him, he doesn't necessarily need to be there to launch the missiles off. A dead hand will push, the nuclear button, so to speak. But I just want to play. I don't want to make this video too long. I want to get to Xi Jinping actually. There you go.
Copyright free and translated to English. So I haven't been able to find it, but I'm sure that if you look around, you'll be able to see it. I'm not going to be able to play it for you here because I have not been able to find this on mainstream media outlets where it.
Well, if I can find it, I'll upload a part 2. Well, this is the point that China came out and said that it's ready to attack Taiwan and no one can stop them. All right. This is a threat to Taiwan and the U.S. because Taiwan is an ally to the U.S. So the U.S. will have to come to Taiwan's aid. China saying that it's going to cyber attack America simultaneously while invading Taiwan. The cyber attack has been said to be 100 times worse than the AT&T attack, attacking critical infrastructure like banking, transportation, medicine, communication, electrical grid, and water treatment facilities. All right. So let that sink in, that if this actually happens, how bad that will be. Hey, the Mach B could be right after that. If that happens, this could be the thing that they can introduce the chip with. So hope this was edifying. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.